All right, at least according to this, we should be live. I'm going to give it a second for a sound check to make sure that is actually the case, to make sure I don't have any fuckery on account of I haven't done a YouTube stream for a little while. The reason why I'm here today is because I just have some additional housekeeping that I've got to take care of. And so I'll wait for some people to pour in here, and then I guess I'll say hi to the chat because I haven't done that for a while. Everything's one big technical difficulty. I have to really start writing shit down and how I did it the last time. What's up, Cornite Care Bear? How are you doing today? Yeah, I don't really normally start on YouTube, but the last video I made harvested a crap ton of salt. Like, I mean a crap ton of salt. And, yeah, I'll just, hold on, let me go in here. I'm going into my analytics for a second while we pour down this, let's see here, custom manage videos. And I mean a lot of salt. This is hilarious. I haven't harvested this many dislikes since the 80s. Look at that, 62. Bam, I wear that like a badge of honor. 62, I'll take it. That's just as good as a dislike. You're only making me stronger, like the Donald. Anyway, what's up, Fox? How are you doing? Hungard, good to see you, buddy. How you doing? I have not been incognito. When I release a show, I do not do a live stream because I don't want that to bleep with the analytics of the show. Shows kind of take precedence. Plus, it gives me a day to rest. You know, I am so disorganized. I've been spurging out. I did go incognito. I got my hands on those old world books. I got my hand in a lot of things lately. So yeah, I mean, like right here, I've got my cards. I've got my cards for the last Holy Diver show, and when I write these, it takes a great deal of effort to write them and everything. And I sit down, I read the cards 3 times, and then I do the show. And I've actually been getting better at it. I want to do the movie reviews in this format as well, where I sit down, but I try to keep the movie reviews to no more than 8 cards. I cap out at 8 cards. If I can't do it in 8 cards, I have to rewrite it and shorten it. Doing well. My old world book arrived. All right, as the Demon Prince getting to work on some Chaos Leaders. Hell yeah, dude. We still need to play a game, Coronite. You live in my area. So of course it's my hope that I can meet each and every one of you at some point in my lifetime. So there's that. I mean, so whenever I release a show, they go and if it's time sensitive, like the last one was, they pick up and they go to Rumble, they go to YouTube, and then I'll make an announcement on Instagram. But that's usually been the rule for a while. And then on, I just, I mean, I'm on YouTube today because my last video also gained me 70 subscribers. And let me tell you something. My channel has been dead in the water for 2.5 years. Like, I mean, freaking dead. No growth. Nothing. Nada. Zilch. Zippo. As a matter of fact, I could do a live stream and I'll see likes taken off of the video or something like that. I've been algorithmically dead for at least a good century, it seems like. So it's to their benefit that they should know. If they're a new viewer to the channel, I'm making this announcement for you, and this is why I'm on YouTube today, that normal live streams are on Rumble at noon Mountain Time. That is the usual time slot. And the reason why they're on Rumble is because no one else is doing this. Shout out to DM James, who also has a channel on Rumble, the Command Bunker as well, and Weird World War II, and JBC Paints is probably going to be coming to Rumble pretty soon. Again, if you do have a channel on Rumble and you want to be shouted out, I will shout you out when I'm on the live stream. When next time I do I'm still in housekeeping. Next time I do a live stream on Rumble, I will be talking about boring stuff like the OBS setup that I use to do it, and the keywords, the hashtags, and everything, and how I'm doing that. Because Again, why it's important that wargamers go over to Rumble is because nobody's doing it over there. No one. And if you go over there, and you start making content or you start mirroring content on Rumble, you can help me and whoever else is on there set the algorithm for it, and they'll set up a new category for table. They have the category of tabletop video games, but they don't actually have the full category. They don't have a flushed out category like YouTube, and everybody's on YouTube these days, and so it's to the benefit of the newer subscribers that I'm actually appearing here today. Plus, yeah, like I said, I've been algorithmically dead for a century, and then that video happened, and I guess people seem to like it. I guess I must have hit a nerve or something. I don't know. What's your take in the chat there, guys? I'd like to know. So next up, I've got the the upcoming what's going to be new on the channel. So I will be uploading a battle report, the second in the series of 3, Night Lords versus Fists. Don't expect much from me on that one, but I'm still going to upload it anyway. That's probably our 6th game of 30K, and that'll be going up on Rumble, which of course is the home of all the battle reports. And then going up on Patreon is the Master game, which was Night Lords vs. Fists at 2,500 points, and that will be available on Rumble after I get the next video up. And I'm going to make sure I try to get some exclusives up there. If I make another show, the patrons themselves are supposed to have they're supposed to have the show for a week before anyone can watch it, and that's one of the reasons to follow me on Patreon. But again, sometimes I make subject matter that just needs to go out, and they understand. And I have some of the best fans on the face of the planet. Some of the people who have stuck with this channel over the years, through thick and thin, of just me doing the live stream or me doing a hobby ramble and everything. And what's up, Overboard? Good to see you. And so, just the rants and the rages over the years. So that's why I'm here on YouTube, and I'm making this announcement today and everything. So with that said, I don't think that if I've missed anything, or if you have any questions, I'll wait and chat, and of course I always answer chat, or if you have a question later, you can put it in the comments below. I answered every comment on that video, and even the 2 comments I got on Rumble, I was very diligent, and I made sure that everybody who talked, and if you want to insult me on the, I'll even respond to you with, here come the bots and here come the nematodes, because my channel is a free speech channel. Go ahead and insult me. That's just fine. That's fine by me. It's okay. Do whatever you want. It's not, somebody called me an asshole the other day. Oh my God, it's the end of my life. I need a safe space. Or they called me, well, my friends are always calling me a queer, but there's nothing I can do about that, but that's just how men talk. So, yeah, that's the upcoming schedule. I'm going to be playing a game of Old World tomorrow. This will probably be one of 2 battle reports that will go up on YouTube. And just because, again, I'll make the content, but like I said, what YouTube is basically the platform where I'll put out the movie reviews, the Angry Tabletop Nerd Show, and then there's one last thing that I do on YouTube just the movie reviews, and announcements. Whereas like the content, the battle reports, the armies that I'm going to be doing and everything, and the live streams, like my painting live stream, that's all going to be on Rumble, because again, nobody else is on that platform. So that's where I'm going to be hanging out, and that I think gets rid of all the housekeeping. Okay, I can throw that away, and I'm going to go into the first topic, which is good here because I forgot what it was. Okay, I'll be going over my Orcs 1,600 point list, and while I do that, I am going to slightly organize my desk as I get through each card here. And I'm not going to bring the big camera up just yet. Let me get back into here so I can monitor chatter. All right, so for the I got to finish this card. For the first battle, I forgot to upload that picture, but I can actually do that now. Hold on. I'll upload a picture of my friend's army because I'm terrified of it already. He gets that much in 1,600 points. Okay, so there's that. Boom. Don't want that. I need to go into the app. All right, there's the app. Okay. Let me just upload these photos on Drive real quick so that people can see my dilemma. Mine battle. Select. Okay, that's going to go. Now I got to go in here. And I'm gonna share this actually. Save. He's been painting his bone giant, and I want to share that with you guys today. There's that. There it is. And one thing I'm knocking on wood for, and I'm thankful for about like what army composition and everything says, okay, so you at least have to buy 400 points of skeleton-based infantry on account of the monsters in Tomb Kings. They's cheap for some reason. Like not in dollar terms, but in points cost, they's kind of cheap. Let me go back into Drive here. Upload this other photo. We'll upload those two. Select. There we go. Those are uploading. Then let me get into calculator and make sure I did this right. Okay. 20 plus 12, 272. All right. So the first unit in the army that I've decided is the... Just make sure that I've been spurging out and living in this room for days. I went to kickboxing yesterday. I at least got a shower, and I'm already pitching the stubble. I shaved yesterday morning. I'm just pitching a 5 o'clock shadow like crazy because I've been spurging out for the last day. Like I had Thursday off. I read the entire book. But we're going to start with Black Orcs, 20 of them straight up with shields, which gives them a 3+ armor save. And some of the rules that these guys are rocking, they're rocking the choppas. That allows you +1. Let me double check that because I still don't have it memorized. Choppas, right there, boom. Okay, you get to re-roll any natural 1 to wound and improves your armor piercing characteristic by 1 during the turn you charge. So it's not automatic. That kind of hurts not having automatic +1 strength in close combat. So you have to charge for that to work. The Black Orcs are Rock and Furious Charge. Any charge over 3 inches, they get +1 attack. So they'll rock in with 2 attacks apiece. This is a unit that's kind of defensive in nature, but it's pretty solid. A couple of things that they're missing now is that they are no longer immune to psychology. They ignore Goblin and Orc panic, and they also have the rule Quell Impetuosity. Whilst within 6 units of a unit with this special rule, friendly models may choose to ignore impetuous special rules. So that's why I brought them. So 272 points worth of Black Orcs straight up, and then they've got the close order. I'll be running them in a unit of 20. 20 Black Orcs. Next up, we got 6 Trolls. Now, I'm kind of on the fence with these guys, but they do bring a 50-50 shot. And I like a 50-50 shot with the, what do you call it? With the Strength 5 and the Weapon Skill 3. They are Initiative 2, which is slightly better than they used to be. And they can use my General's Leadership. And so with my General nearby or something like that. And 264 points, you get the Trolls. They have Troll Vomit, which is now a Strength 3 attack. I don't believe it automatically... It's not an it's an automatic hit, but let's see here. And I have to, of course, like, get these further. Troll mobs. Oh, it's an additional attack. So I get 4 attacks apiece, and they do have the option to bring in a great weapon, which would make them strength 7. I might as well have thought of that. 4 times 6 is 24. I just didn't have enough points for it. I think so. We're at 2, so we'll do that plus 2, 46. So that's the second drop right there with the trolls. A giant. Giants, their leadership 10, immune to psychology. They've got the D6 stomps, their terror, timber, unbreakable. You know, I'm not expecting much from this thing with his randomness. You know, if I'm lucky, I get to swing with club or belly flop onto something. Because you roll on that table. Let's see here. They're at the last here. So he'll go up to, if I get thump with club, he'll go up to strength strength plus 4, AP minus 4, multiple wounds, D6 for thump with club. It used to be just 2d6 wounds. But that's cool. This is automatic. A lot of his attacks are automatic, so and cracks the enemy on the head. I don't have to make my weapon skill to hit you. And then jump up and down, kicking, flattening the enemy. D6 plus 1 hits. At the strength characteristics, no armor saves are permitted. Belly flop is a funny one. That's just a small blast template. And then, of course, headbutt. So all of his attacks are kind of automatic. He's bringing 6 wounds and toughness 6. So I got myself a giant. 17, 18. The next one is the Weird Knob. Now, I gave him the Idol of Mork, and this allows him to re-roll 1 Dispel attempt per turn. He's a level 3 Weird Knob or Orc Shaman, so he's 170. 888. Next up, I want to try a War Boss on a Wyvern, and I think I might be wrong on his armor save. I don't think that Scaly Skin adds to his armor save. I haven't seen anything about that. I think that's just the armor save of the mount, so I think he's just rocking a simple 4+ save. So I'm still kind of on the fence about him. Immune to terror. Let's see here. What weapon I gave him? Okay, so I got Wicked Claws with the Wyvern, which is 3 attacks at AP minus 2 at the strength, and then I've got poisonous attacks at strength 6, which is a little better, but it doesn't have any AP. Then I have Wah. I can re-roll 1s to hit, and then this is just for him and the Wyvern. Add 1 combat point. I've got the heavy armor and the lucky shield, and the lucky shield. So I got a 4-up save with a 6+ ward. Which, wait a minute. No, with just a shield, sorry. So I got the Talisman of Protection and the Choppiest Choppa. AP1, reroll, combat strength plus 1. So it gets me to strength 6 and I have AP minus 3. And I get a reroll natural 1s, which I do not get Choppas if I have a magic weapon. So... we'll add 310. And then we got 39 Orc Biggins, full command, close order. They've got the shields. They're rock. Ooh, they're. What is that? Okay, so. And I've been like working on this. Like I have so many cards that I've made. I've just been spurging out and everything. It's so stupid. How much I've been simping for the old world since it came out here. So, okay, so a couple of things that have changed. The Biggins, they still have the extra one on their plus. They have the +1 to their strength there, so they are strength 4. But the biggest thing that hurts them for being Biggins now is that they are no longer leadership 8, and they are no longer weapon skill 4. That really hurts, but they do have the warband special rule, and a lot of the orcs have the warband special rule, which basically means I add my rank bonus to my leadership. And Choppas are reroll 1s and an extra point of AP. And I also have Biggins +1 strength and Armor Bane 1. So if I roll any 6s, I get an additional point of AP. But they do not have the Furious Charge. And they're coming in at 329 points. Plus 1198. All right, 1527. Now, I believe I didn't make a card for these guys. I did the Wolf Riders. Spiders are ridiculously expensive for some reason. They are like ridiculously expensive. They're 15 points a guy. They start out at 12, innocently enough, but they can take, and I don't know why you wouldn't take all of it, but you know, they can take spears, bows, and shields. Well, let me just take a look. Where are these guys at? Nasty Skulkers, Night Goblin Mobs. Okay. Yeah, cavalry spears, short bows, and light armor. And I don't know why you wouldn't take the light armor, but yeah, they rock in at 12, and when you give them all 3 of those upgrades, they go up to 15 points a guy. Whereas the Wolf Riders, they're already coming with the shields. The light armor is an additional point, and they can take bows for free. And spears for free. So, Night Goblin Wolf Riders win. So I brought 6 of those, and that's 66 plus 5. So that's 66 points plus 5 because I want them to have a musician, and they are sitting there at 1598. That's where I've ended up. Now I have some other cards that I made. I'm not really going to get into that, but just like, what am I going to do with this army? How's it going to perform? And then we can actually look at what my friends bring in. Let's go here. I wonder if it's in a folder. Nope, just Necromunda stuff. You're kidding me. It hasn't been uploaded yet? Pictures of games. Well, that's great. Oh, well. Well, that sucks. That kind of takes care of that. All right. Not going to wait for that to go around there. We'll go back in here, and I'll answer questions in a second. So, basically, he's got 40 skeletons in a big unit. I am kind of worried about that because I don't hit as hard as I used to. Otherwise, I would have taken, I should take double Choppa. I'm not sure, but, and then, let's see here. He's got the Bone Dragon and so he's got the 3 chariots, 40 skeletons, 10 Tomb Guard and a Tomb Prince, the Bone Dragon, Lich Priest guy, a Necrosphinx, 8 fast cavalry dudes, and you know, just the Casket of Souls. I mean, at least I'm not facing down a bunch of Tomb Scorpion spam. They're insanely good for 70 points, by the way. But yeah, that's just I don't know what I'm going to do against those chariots. I don't have the mobility that he has, and one thing's for sure with the orcs, I have got to get a couple more chariots because I think chariots are going to be kind of king in this edition. I think that's going to be a minimum 3 chariots for my orc army in every single list. maybe a unit of boar boys. That's how I'll spend my last 400 points on the way to 2,000. My army kind of feels small, like 30k kind of small. Now, let's see here. I got one. So have you larger bases or correct sized movement trays? Okay, so I'm going to talk about larger bases right now. And for that, I need to turn on main camera. We'll get rid of Tarna, the co-host. And we're going to shrink myself all the way up here. It's like magic. All right, now I'm a little bit apprehensive on the new base sizes and everything. I'm just waiting for shit to dry. Almost there. I want to work 2 nights. I haven't had time to paint because I've been building. And, of course. Let's see. Again, I haven't had time to really organize. I've been in a state of disarray. I've got this stupid miniature I got to paint for my brother. He like had this 3D printed and bought it. He paid money for this. I don't even know where this is from. And the only reason I was kind of pissed is because it took forever to get here. It didn't. He like ordered it in November and it didn't show up until after Christmas. I'm like, whoa. You know, talk about not having your shit together. So let's see here. Okay, we can move all of this crap. I got to get this crap out of the way because I'm going to be putting down some stuff here. All of that. We'll keep the pending over there. And then we'll take these guys, days finished, all the way over there. We'll put my brushes right here. And then we'll put the colors up here. We'll get the colors up here away from the keyboard. All the colors, all the colors. Get all the colors up here. We can organize those later. We're going to talk about base sizes. Now, I built my archers unit. All right. And I just want to show this off here. This is huge. It's a little bit ridiculously huge, as you can see here. I have a tape here. Hold on. This is kind of a downgrade with them being on these sides of this size of bases, but I see why they did it. You notice how all of my guys, if I show you this angle from the front, you'll see all of my guys are facing one direction. They're all pointing down there, and they're all kind of on a slight angle. Okay, that's how you're supposed to build them so that they would rank up originally. But these guys being on 25 millimeter, I mean that's 10.5 inches long, right there, in their movement tray and everything. Which means that terrain in this game, you won't need as much of it, you know, and that's so one of the things that kind of makes Warhammer Fantasy Battles is terrain. So terrain is going to be kind of a secondary fixture in this game because the footprints of the units, I mean, you look at a 30 by 30 size base here, the 30 by 60 size base, or even which half of this would be the 30 by 30, which would be half the base. The orc bases are going to be huge. So when you get a big old massive unit of orcs down, and I actually made a new movement tray because I have some other projects that would probably need this tray because I still am going to play old fantasy if I can play it, but mostly just like the size of the base and the footprints that these guys are going to be rocking is going to kind of make terrain not so much as a feature as it used to be, you know, because how are you going to get around the terrain once you get like 5 or 6 units out? So my army is literally only, like in terms of units, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 units. Oh, 6 with the Wolf Riders. It's 6 units. So This is just, it's a little bit bigger than they need to be, but I understand why they did it. They did it for ease of use and everything, but that is a pretty big footprint. I mean, the Orc Horde trays, you know, this is like the one model I painted this week. I built this with my movement tray set. And the reason why I built this was for my vamp, was basically so I could run a unit of cavalry 15 wide. So I don't think I'm going to rebase some of my older units, but what I am going to do is I am going to buy the shoe for the 25 millimeter square to fit in there because you know, again, this was meant for the biggins that I made. I was going to originally run 30 biggins. 6 deep, 6 wide, 5 deep. I was going to run those biggins. They're going to be in here. They're going to be mean. And then I got to thinking, well, I might as well take a horde of biggins because I'll have 10 more guys in that unit, and I need this unit to kind of stick around, you know, and fight. I should figure out a way to put a banner in there and make it stubborn, but the footprints are just going to be huge for the game and everything. I mean, that's almost as big as this thing right here. Gosh. It's almost half as big. I mean, this is just rocking. Is that 5.5 by 7? That's pretty. Oh, 6.5. That's pretty big. That's pretty big. That's like dinner plate. You know, I got big hands too, but that's like. I wouldn't want to see a spider that big. I don't know. I like I said, I've got to play a few games and see how this works. Speaking of which, hold on. Let me get the old world book here. Huh. At least I put an index in this. $271. Just want to check something on terrain real quick. Yeah, okay, so in my infinite wisdom, I actually have not read the terrain rules, so that's my homework for tonight. I've got to read the terrain rules and how they work out, because I've read Warhammer Army lists and everything. But they kind of put that, and I blame the layout of this book, because terrain did not come immediately in the what do you call it? Immediate rules there. So boom, we'll put my army list in there, and that's where I'll have to start tonight. That was the one section I missed, was terrain. So yeah, just really big unit of 20 guys here. You know, just yeah, a little icky on the size. I mean, I'll get used to it. Like, if I do a second army, it will be based correctly, you know. I mean, I've got nothing to lose from that, but that's just where I'm at. I'm on the fence. I'm like, I don't think I'll rebase any armies. I'll just get shoes, because, let me see something here. Let me get a 25 by 25 here. Yeah, they'll be able to build shoes for my orcs. Somebody will be able to 3D print shoes for orcs and everything, and I'll just go, and that'll be it. I'll get shoes. I kind of like the sound of shoes. And then I'll hit up a 3D printer somewhere and print bases on account of, you know, one of these kits, that's it's $34 on eBay, but when I bought it, it was initially $40. You know, again, that's another reason not to go to Dickhead's store owner Dickhead's store. But yeah, this is a big footprint. You know, I mean, orcs were already on big squares on 25 by 25 to begin with. But when you make this for, I wanted another one that could fit 15 cavalry for my vampire counts because I want to go all mounted. You know, which I haven't even had time to look at them. I've been spurging out on my greenskins since I've gotten the book, and I've just been reading a shit ton and everything. Yeah, I don't think you're a weirdo for not rebasing. It's like I told my friend. I mean, a lot of initial games are not going to be played at tournaments. Number one, the big number one there is that they've already sold out at Adepticon on the official tournament over there. So yeah, everybody's gonna rebase their shit, and there's gonna be one tournament that I know of that isn't even necessarily sponsored by Games Workshop. All right. So, you know, I mean, I'm not going, like I said, I'm going to buy shoes. Like, I'm going to get let's see if I can find a 20, let me see here. This base is so big, all my standard cavalry can just get a shoe. I'll just buy shoes. I'm not rebasing shit. So if somebody can come out with some hard plastic shoes that I can just sort of clean up and then spray paint brown, that's what I'm going to do, and that's where it's going to end. That'll look just as good, and if I want to, there might even be enough room on that shoe to put a little bit of texture and static on there if I want to get fancy. But rebasing, that's, you know, maybe if I were 30 years old again, yeah, but I'm not. I've got better things to do. Way better things to do. Like, what color are my Bretonnians going to be? Yes. So let's see here. I have waited for this day. Now, let's get the expensive brush. All right. So I actually kind of washed these guys up a little bit for a reason. I'm going to start with an ink wash on the horses here. And I'm also going to get a couple speed paints into the mix here. Enchanted Steel for sure. And that'll be highlighted with Lead Belcher. All right. So let's start with one of these guys. Let's start with their horses, and this is going to be a small amount of brown ink on the horses, on the horse flesh. And I'm almost out of brown ink. Can't open it. It's nice and crusty. And when I say a small amount, we're just going to start with 2 drops. I'm going to grab both these guys here. And this is just Marron Obscura. And I can get this on the leather as well. And the reason why we're opting for the inks is because they dry quickly. And this is just Nolan Shade that I hit them with a black primer and white primer mixed together. And you can kind of already see what that brown ink does. A couple of these horses are going to be brown, some are going to be black. As a matter of fact, we might as well experiment with the black on the other one and see what a black steed will look like. And I can get this in on the mouth and everything where the teeth are. But this is just for the brown horses. Let's get a little closer. Yeah, right here. Move this guy aside. These models are big on these bases. I don't know how much I like that, you know. Like I said, I'll get used to it. I'm just on the fence. It's like, fantasy's back. Okay. And then let's see here. Now let's make sure we get it on the saddle. You already see how quickly that dries. And then underneath here, and I haven't decided on lance colors. I think some of them are just, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do for lance colors yet. I mean, I could make this a wooden lance already, I mean, but we are in the days of high fantasy and everything. I have not painted a Bretonnian in maybe. You want to make sure that no bubbles get in there. I haven't painted a Bretonnian in probably 15 years. So I've learned a trick or two since then. And these models, the reason why I built them and I didn't piece them out is because one, again, what you can't see, what you can't really see, you don't have to paint. And I think that it's best to paint them this way, and you work your way from the inside to the outside, and then this way you just and this is why you also want to wash it with a little bit of Nolan shade before you paint it, because as you can see, what the ink does is it just kind of darkens up. I've already got a natural highlight, and it would take too long just to paint it in the traditional way. Now we can make these gold, so we'll ink all of that. I haven't decided here. I might make all of these just a gold color. Come down here, boom. Cool thing about these models is they are clean. I didn't have to do a lot of sprue cleanup. I'll catch up with chat in a second here. We are getting a base for our leather here. And again, that ink really does dry fast, which is good. Exactly what we want. I don't have to worry. I'm on YouTube. I don't have to worry about the stream crashing today. All right, there's that. Let's try a black horse, and its name was Death. Death Pony. Well, this is stupid. It should be here. Oh, there it is. I'm looking right at it. Ah, I'm almost out of negro. So I need to go out and get some paint. That should be enough for one whole horse. So we'll wait for that ink to dry. We'll go over to this guy. His horse will be black. You can actually just go right down here with it. Boom. And we can ink the... And some people might be intimidated by Bretonnians. I don't think that you should be, because you don't have to paint a lot of them. You know, you're talking in a 2,500 point army, maybe well, especially now. I want to say 40 knights tops, 40 guys. It's basically 40 guys. You don't count the peasantry. Peasantry doesn't count. The peasants are going to be a dry brush job after you ink them. There's nothing special about them. Good thing about the ink is it just really does kind of stick to the what do you call it? It sticks to the wash like a flight of shit. And again, so what I'm doing in here on these cracks, so I'm just going to spread the wash. I'm just going to spread the ink out. I'm going to make sure I get it on my hooves. You see what the ink will do to the tail. If I need more, I can take it from a different area. And we'll also ink his leather and everything. But it only takes a little bit. A little bit will do you. And you already have kind of like a natural highlight on that. And we just want to make sure that we got both ends. Okay, done. Okay, done. Go under here a little bit, a little bit. All right, let's switch brushes. Do the face real quick for this horse. It's okay if you get this on the leather too, because any brown that you use for leather, brown will stick to black ink like a flight of shit. So you don't have to be so careful. These black ink and browns are brothers, basically. You know. But again, you kind of just, like I said, you want to work from the inside out. And then we're going to make these the tails of this hunting falcon. This is the musician of the unit. I always like the bird, the hunting falcon. We'll make that black, and I think the rest of this guy will be brown. All right, final inspection. You just want it to be kind of black underneath, because when you're looking at the horse, you don't see a whole lot under there. So you just got to stain it where it counts, you know. All right, we'll go back to the brown. As a matter of fact, we can't quite go back to the brown. Let's use up the rest of this black ink and do the hooves. You got hooves. The hooves of this one. All right, we'll come up for a breath. What's going on? Okay. What's up, Wraith? How are you doing? How are you doing, Historical? A white horse for the heroes. I don't know. Maybe. I might do one white horse, but I have to wait for a Bretonnian lord. I have to wait for the rest of the Bretonnian shit to come in here. And everything. So yeah, and then I just realized I didn't have display capture on in any way, shape, or form, so I couldn't that first part of the video. Crap, man, I'm such a scatterbrain. That's okay. That's okay. Anything that I did on the monitor you couldn't see, and I wasn't paying attention. That's okay. Yeah, I gotta wait for the Breton. Let's see if I'm just gonna check real quick. Oh, I'll probably have to queue up again. Games Workshop is probably sold out. Let me just. I will put on display capture for a second here. Shop. Okay, here we go. Made to order right there. You can get. I should get a. I should use my preposterous wealth. Somebody said I sounded like a millionaire douchebag to get this guy. But now that now that some of the models are out, absolutely. Shit. Looks like I'll have to do some shopping. These are online, so I definitely need these. So there's going to be an order going through. Absolutely need these. Nothing I can do about that. And they're temporarily out of stock. You games. Fuck you, internet nerds. That's okay, though. Temporarily out of stock. Temporarily out of stock. God, people are buying the shit out of this game. Let's see here. So yeah, I gotta add the damsels. This guy and this guy so what is that? Damn, that's individually. But, I mean, okay. I know I need a battle standard bearer. I kind of want this one. So I don't know if that's going to happen. I kind of really wanted this one because this one, okay, I'm gonna tell you, if you are a new hobbyist, stay away from this guy. Do not buy this guy, okay? Do not. He is a very troublesome model. I might have to buy him and do a tutorial on building him, but the problem is that you got to drill out his hand and everything. You got to replace that fucking thing with a rod. I think this guy's metal, and that's just like, this thing was like I called it the bend-a-banner from back in the day, because one little bend, it's broken. It's the broken banner. My BSB, my Paladin Standard Bearer. This is a freaking badass model though, but yeah, this is a hard model to deal with. Very hard model, but I like the shit out of this model. But this has to take precedence. So let's see here. Next month, maybe, if I can, I'll be getting this damsel kit and these yeomen. That'll be a good way to start. But then again, I got Orcs and Goblins shit that's coming out too. So, I mean, maybe I should paint 2 units and hold my breath. I don't know. Don't buy the whole army just yet. Still a few things that I'm waiting to come out. They do not have the tree bucket ready. No trebuchet. No questing knights. So that's all going to come out in round 2. This is a badass fucking model, by the way, but that's okay. Fuck, I need this guy right now. Made to order. I like the new paint job. I like the way they did this dress. This is back in the day when Games Workshop could make a chick and not make her ugly. They could make a chick and not make her ugly. Wait a minute. I don't even need this kit. Hold on. Let's go back to main camera. I don't even need her. I'll buy a shoe. Hold on. Watch this. Bam! I already have my Bretonnian damsel, courtesy of Reaper Miniatures. Forgot all about this girl. I digged her out the other day, and then I got Spurging out, and my autism came out when the Orcs and Goblins came out, and so bam! I got a woman with tits here. She's decent looking enough. She's skinny. Look at this thin little waist here. She's not little chick legs. So yeah, we'll use her as my Bretonnian damsel. I'll just get a nice little 30, God, that is, oh yeah, there'll be 3D printing shoes pretty soon. If anybody knows, please share with me somebody who's reputable that can make shoes for my guys. There you go. She'll be the one girl who's kind of like riding around side saddle, and she'll fit in pretty good. You can tell it's a chick. Bretonnians kind of look like they're a little bit jacked, but I mean, the steed that she's on, pretty good. Pretty good. They do a good job over at Reaper, don't they? So I don't even need this kit. Boom. Strike this kit from the record. I already got a damsel. I do want the one on the unicorn, and I don't think she's out yet. Yeah, the handmaiden right here is out, but they don't have the one on the unicorn. I want the chick on the unicorn. Unicorns are badass. If you take a girl named Lily to visit the unicorns, it can unmake civilization and awaken Satan. Did you know that? Never take a chick to see the unicorns. That is true guy shit right there. See, a long time ago, back in the days of the Celts and everything, only guys knew where the unicorns hang out, and only guys are allowed to gaze upon the unicorns. Women aren't allowed. You can't take women to see the unicorns. It'll unmake reality, all right? And it'll awaken Satan, at least last time I checked. Funny thing about the movie Legend is I always fall asleep. I don't know. I'm going to try to turn on Legend today to see if I can get through it. Last time I watched Legend, I was out like a light in less than 5 minutes flat, and I woke up right at the credits, and I'm like, damn it, I missed the whole movie. What happens when you take Lily to see the unicorns? So I draw my own conclusions. Never take a chick to see the unicorns. There you go. Games Workshop's stacking more paper than LeBron James right now. That's all you need to know. All right. So yeah, let's get back to the task at hand here. Yeah, but I already have a Bretonnian damsel ready to go. So my fourth level wizard, she's blonde with big tits. Look, big tits. What I think that was Samurai Champloo. They used the chick in that show, Fu, used that as a distraction. She's like, "Look, big tits," and they go and they look, and she uses that as a distraction to get away. It's like, okay, I buy it. I allow it. We're gonna do this guy's leather real quick. We'll start with the head. And I'm on some of these hard angles, so you'll have to forgive me. And even if the black ink is on the leather, the moment I highlight it, it's gonna be smooth. I've lost no potency. Yeah, because Cornite, you got to figure out a way to get down here if you're still there. We need a fourth guy. But one of our buddies, Bubbles, he keeps getting jobs on fucking Sunday for some reason, which is Games Day. God damn it, we're gonna have to switch back to Saturday. If we switch back to Saturday, I don't know about my live streams. I might move him to the evening. I don't even need the damsel kit. I'll find a woman with big tits to be my damsel, courtesy of Reaper. This is one thing about HD. We all know I like the Mega Babe, or the concept of the Mega Babe. That's for damn sure. Let that be known. I do enjoy the Mega Babe. Whoops. A little bit too much there. Let's pick that up. There we go. And then we'll do the falcon. And even then, you still miss things. I think I can handle 2 knights at a time. These guys are a little bit more individual than I'm used to, I'll tell you that much, but I think I can handle it. Alright, so this is how we're sitting now. We're going to start with primary colors. Now, I was thinking about a London gray. And yellow. And for that, we're actually not even going to use one of the... yeah, I think this will do. I think that'll do, but we're going to need a little bit of water. I have so much organizing to do. It's not even funny. I'm exhausted. Because this can come on quite thick. But it's going to stick to our primer here. Okay, hey, I like the way that's starting to shape up just a little bit. Again, I put a generous amount of water in there with the paint. I kind of want to keep that wet. So let's keep this going. A lot of angles on these guys. Maybe it's time my old ass got a airbrush or something. And even then, you still miss little leather straps. I missed the leather straps on this side. I'm such a noob. You know, I bitch about the detail on new models. I mean, aren't these models detailed enough? I mean, look at that. I missed both straps right there. Aren't they detailed enough if you're missing things? No? Ooh. Well, they're that detailed enough. Come on, there we go. So we'll actually start to take some shape once I get the secondary color on. Now, again, what you can't see, you don't have to really paint, but we are going to make sure that, the parts that you can see when you turn them inside out, you're going to want to give that a good brushing. And if you really want to get detailed on these guys, like really, really detailed, you can sprue paint these horses in pieces. I kind of recommend that for beginners. All right, let's get this end on here. I can't monitor the chat at the moment because I just want to make sure that I get this color all on in one go where it needs to be. It'll be up in a second here. We're about done. All right. I'm glad I'm doing these first 6 as a test run. That way if I fuck up, I can buy more. All right, there's that. Did we get it? Yeah, we got it. All right, what do we got here? The old models are brilliant. I'm glad they came back and were not replaced. Made to order stuff up today. Great and well better price than Yeoman's and Grail Knights. Yeah, we were just looking at that, CJ. We were just looking at that. What's up, HD? Okay, let's see. Love from the UK. What's up, Raspitin? Okay. Let's see here. How you doing, Shadow? Long time no see. What's up, Sage? What's up, dude? How you doing? All right. So like I said, I've just God, I can't read either. So we're just about there. What we're gonna do now is I'm gonna decide the color of the headdress, and I think that's how I'm gonna do the units. And you know what? Let's see how this looks. I think Prussian blue for this unit here. Let's see here. Oh, Ripstain McRipstain. There we go. Sorry. Ripstain McRipstain. See, there we go. Takes a second. I can't read. Okay. Ink. Yeah, I think this color right here where I'm painting on the head, this is how I'm going to tell the units apart. Getting some. So how's old Shadow doing? Oh, another shout out to Shadow and Son. I believe you're throwing your stuff up on Rumble, aren't you? Yeah, you are throwing your stuff up on Rumble. I've been watching your Ravenloft stuff up there. I've got to watch the last one in the series, the Frankenstein one, and then you've got some other stuff that you've been reviewing. Yeah, he's up on Rumble. So if you guys get a second, go over there and follow Shadow and Son Wargaming on Shadow and Son over there on Rumble. And that'll actually, this Prussian blue will actually clash very well with the brown lance. So not every lance will be colored, but I like Prussian blue because it's not a very loud blue. It's not as loud as the magic blue. There we go. All right, that works. That works. All right, all right. So let's do those leather straps that I missed real quick, and we're just gonna use Battlefield Brown highlighted with well, I'm already on that. I'm already on that spectrum. Hold up here. Let's get a sample of what that'll look like. Yeah, that'll actually look pretty good. And as you can see, that Battlefield Brown just sticks right to it. It sticks right to whatever I washed. And I forgot that leather strap right there. The model's starting to get a little bit of character. Not much, just a little bit. Oh, here we go. All right, we'll keep going with the Battlefield. It's going to be a time-consuming project. I'm glad I kind of have a clear slate. Of course, when you're out of practice, you just go. So that's done. Looks okay. And so one thing that that I didn't remember is just like tracing the lines of all of the leather straps, doing this part. I mean, this is the tedious part, just we've worked our way from the inside, we're going outside, we're going down. And I want to get to the secondary colors and I want to get to the metallics, but I can't because I keep finding places that are going to be leather colored. And I think this dark brown complements the gray pretty well. So Kent, Cal, how are you doing it? You're matching some peasants up. So one knight is bringing X amount of peasants with him that kind of look like he does. That's kind of cool. Yeah, they do have a lot of real charm. I'm hoping this guy has some charm here in a minute. Let's see here. I gotta throw this old pot away. I'm freaking tired of picking this one out of the one that's all full and nice. Okay, just the front. All right. Next color to go up in our queue here. This is actually going to make it. Let's do this one. We're going to do the more silvery looking one. Now we'll go with enchanted. God, there's a lot of BBs in there. We'll also use our hoplite gold. We'll get our our retributor ready too. Again, these contrasts, man. It's like the entire arm. Now, there's a leather strap right there on the leg, but I'm not going to paint it. It's really that's one tiny insignificant detail I'm just not worried about. But as you can see, once you get some of the metallic on, it starts to look like a knight at least. And it's like cutting that. I mean, once you go to contrast or these speed paints, God, it's like cutting everything in half. I actually feel like I'm getting the model done. I did the hard part. The hard part is I'm going to see if a speed paint gray will be better than the London. And we'll try that on him. I need to just do traditional metallics right there. Oh yeah, I like that. I like where this is going. Done this for a minute. I'll make the top of that metal like a spear. Okay. These are really hard models to paint on camera, by the way. All right. I think we got the metallics on to a certain extent. We're gonna do the hyper details real quick on that, and then we're gonna switch to our Averland. We'll group every color we might use together. Okay. For that, I actually need a detail brush. Give me one shot. That's all we need. One shot of your poison. I know this is probably a very boring episode where all I do is I'm just kind of like figuring out my Bretonnians here. Might have to take these to get primed by my friend. The primer got on there just a little bit thicker than I wanted to, which is okay considering the fact that I didn't use many layers to get everything on, but it's obscuring some of these leather studs just by a little bit. That brown still goes on pretty thick. And I don't even think I used that much primer initially. Might have to pay my friend to paint it to not paint it, but do the priming on the miniatures themselves. So okay, these first 6 are kind of a test run. They're a litmus test. All right, all right. Yeah, the models on this one to answer that question, Henrik, are they're 25 millimeter heroic. So they're just on the cusp of being about 32 themselves, but they're not quite. That's why if I get my Reaper girl back out, she's kind of, you can tell that she's smaller on account of she's a female and everything, but she's not really diminished, and the horse is just as big. I mean, the horses is just as gaudy and everything. The only thing that a little off-putting right there is the base size, but they're pretty equal. They're pretty equal. Keep finding little spots. This fist and everything doesn't matter, but for line purposes, it's got to be somewhat clean. Because I am going to wash this model. And the reason why I have to wash it with the army painter is because of the way that they were primed and everything. It's just going to get into the recesses and make my gray look a little darker. And even then, I still miss details like that. Oh, that pisses me off. Right there. A little bit of metallic. I have any gray left? I have 0 gray left. That's okay. I can get into the codex here and just snug a little bit out for trouble zones like this. So that's what you call a trouble zone right there. All right. Now before we go to the yellow, we're going to get into our brown for the actual horse. And let's see, I don't see it anywhere. Is it over here? And this one was going to be a bestial brown horse, and that's why I inked him that way. And we're just going to kind of go over his face and the visible parts of this horse. Then we're going to put on these pieces right here. We're also going to need a different color yellow. We'll need that and our contrast. And then we'll also need a little bit of brown. We got to do this lance up real quick, because I decided to make it a wood lance with no special colors. I don't want to waste all this good leather color, so we're just going to make sure we get it on the shaft of this horse right here. That's obviously going to be gold, so we'll wash it. There we go. All right, that'll work. All right. Need that. So we're going to take our bestial brown. Let's do the face first. This is really just kind of like a... And you can see what that does to the face. So what we'll do is we'll switch brushes now. Again, this is just the visible part, because what's underneath doesn't really matter. You know what will look good on that tail is a little bit of a dry brush of bleach bone. Well, we're doing okay. I thought we'd be doing better by this time. I really want to get this guy done, to the point of done. We won't have him done because we won't have his shield. Put a little bling on this guy. Too small. Getting just a touch impatient, just a touch. So these first 12 are probably going to be a bitch. I kind of see what I should do on the next batch. And that is definitely not put the lances on. Definitely not put the lances on. No, it's okay. Just a little bit of snake bite on that lance. Because these are going to break anyway. I don't want them to be too decorated. Alright, now we're going to the last part. Now we're actually going to get somewhere. just about there. We're going to have to apply the wash a little sooner rather than later. But we're going to have to highlight our steel first. Can I open this yet without it spilling everywhere? No, not yet. I shook it too hard. God damn, this is taking forever. I can't do it. I can't hang. But I'll definitely have a better plan after these 12. Paint 12, figure out a plan, and then attack it from there. I don't know. All right, so this is about where we're going to stop it right here with this guy. But we are going to wash it, and we're going to see how that turns out, simply because there's still a little bit of work to be done. I have to bring up the yellow, but I have to get into the recesses before I do that. But next week I will have a way better direction. A way better direction on where to go. There it is. Oh, you sold all your wood elves? I would regret that. I would regret that. But I think didn't they start the rumor mill a year ago? I'm sorry I've been so inactive on this one, you know. It's just... I had a generic plan in my head for what I was going to do. And then that kind of fell apart at first contact with the enemy today. I want this one to be a little bit light. Yeah. All right. We'll do the teeth last. There's still a little bit of details to do here, but what we'll do... And this is mainly for the gray and the shading around the barding. If I have too much, I can wipe it off. All right, here we go. All right. All right. So this is going to look a little raw because I haven't finished doing some of the detail work. And again, the shading is literally just for the gray and everything. So the next thing up is the next thing I have to do would be contrast the yellow, highlight the yellow, and then that finishes. Do the eyes on the horse, do the teeth on the horse, and then highlight the blue. That's what I'll have to, and then finally highlight the gray. So I've still got a little ways to go on this. I probably got another 30 minutes on this one horse, but you know, I'm already pushing 2 o'clock and I started at 11:30, so this is about as far as we got. I think it still looks like crap for a little while. I'm gonna be kind of watching this dry for a second here. Now, this is what I don't want. I want it to be in certain places, but I don't want the wash to pull up. It's okay if it pulls up a little bit on the metallics, but I want to pull some of that away. If it pulls up around here a little bit, that's okay too, but we are going to kind of mitigate it just a little bit. Down in there's fine, but down here at the edges, no. Oh, we lost the camera feed. Well, screw it. I just heard it turn off. We'll go back up to Movie Chiron. Well, crap. Well, that's it. That is the show, I guess. I'll What game are you playing tomorrow, Alec? Yeah, again, this is a kind of a raw day, kind of a raw deal. I only came on here because I wanted to get that housekeeping out of the way. Now that it's drying, it's starting to look really good. Now that it's drying, it's starting to look really good because for whatever reason, the London Gray really, really, really likes strong tone. It really likes strong tone. It really likes strong tone. And once you get that strong tone on the London Gray, and again, this was just kind of a test run. I think what I want to do is maybe, let's see what I got here for speed paints. I don't think I have a gray. No, I do not have a gray. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a speed paint gray, and I'm going to try this Beowulf blue as a highlight, but for whatever reason, it's going to look raw until it dries, but once it dries and once I get the yellow highlighted and the decals on the yellow, that's what's going to make the miniature. So I apologize for losing the battle with the camera there. I forgot to get the other battery out, and I've been like so scatterbrained. I've just been spurging out on old world shit the whole fucking week, reading, building, back to reading, you know. I haven't even been studying Japanese. I've just been studying old world and everything, and it was just so here I am. Fucking just toasted. Put a fork in me. I'm dying, Jerry. Like when Kramer butted himself. All right. So when this dries and I finish it, I'll put a picture up, a picture of it up on Instagram. But again, it's gonna look like crap until this wash dries, and then once it dries, the strong tone kind of does something to the London Gray color, and that is what do you call it? Vallejo. Which one is it? What is my FS 3611 8-ANA 603? That's the color. So, you know, once this dries, it's going to be great. And then I do a little bit of a gray brush highlight. I do a little bit of blue highlight. I get the yellow ready. It's going to be a bright yellow. And then I get the decimals on. They gave us these. This kind of sucks. I wish they would give us the old deck decal sheet, but I am going to be using these. I haven't decided on the white. I think the white axes are for the men-at-arms shields. I'll see if any of them fit. I don't think they're going to fit. I think I'm going to be using these white fleur-de-lis that they're right here. I'm going to be using those. And I think there's just enough. No, there isn't enough to do one. Well, okay, and that's another way I can do regiments. I can use white ones on one regiment, black ones on the other regiment, because white or black will look good over the yellow. So there's that. Anyway, sorry for the autism and not interacting with chat as much as I usually do. Again, the next stream will most likely be a Rumble stream. I will be on Rumble at noon Mountain Time. And anyway, as you know, YouTube has many features you can use to interact with me. You can like the video, dislike the video, comment, or subscribe. But until I see you guys again, keep painting, keep playing, and stay metal, my friends. And if you need to talk to me, put a comment in the comment section below. I will answer it. And if you want to get in touch with me, Instagram DMs are the way to do it. But until I see you again, we'll see you at noon Mountain Time on Rumble. Sorry for all the autism.